And we are not done with Sri Lanka. Consider this. When populist strongmen have little else to offer, they offer pride. They try to influence the way the past is perceived, and they use these manufactured perceptions to consolidate their grip on power. We saw it in the case of Nepal recently, where Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli tried mobilizing history on being cornered. Comrade Oli declared that Hindu deity Lord Ram was a Nepali and not an Indian. He even accused India of cultural encroachment, of creating a fake Ayodhya, the birthplace of Lord Ram. Too bad no one took him seriously. At best, his comments made for some good internet memes. It's been less than a week and now we have another country trying to mobilize history, another Indian neighbor looking to package the past to whip up nationalistic pride, it seems. Sri Lanka. According to the Sri Lankan government, Ravana was the world's first aviator, the first ever person to fly. And before I begin elaborating on what Colombo is saying, here's a quick primer on the Ramayana for those of you who may not know. In Hindu mythology, Ravana was the demon king of Sri Lanka, a symbol of evil. In Lankan mythology, he is considered a great ruler, a symbol of scholarly excellence. Well, there are many layers to Ravana and his story, but this is the most simplistic perception. In both the versions, Ravana flew to India some 5,000 years ago. Now, the line between mythology and history is often blurred. The Sri Lankan government wants to understand the methods used by Ravana to fly in ancient times. It wants to conduct in-depth research on the subject. So the Lankan Civil Aviation Authority has come up with an idea. It has made an open call to the Sri Lankan public, a request to submit any literature or paraphernalia that suggests the existence of flying machines during Ravana's reign. A copy of the ad they released in Lankan newspapers is on your screen. This project is titled King Ravana and the Ancient Domination in the Aerial Routes that is now lost. Under this project, if sufficient information is gathered, and that's a big if, the Department of Archaeology will begin visiting historical sites in Sri Lanka. Shashi Dhanatunge, the vice chairman of the Lankan Civil Aviation Authority, has been quoted as saying, King Ravana was a genius. He was the first person to fly. He was an aviator. This is not mythology, it is a fact. There needs to be detailed research on this. In the next 5 years, we will prove this, unquote. We will prove this in the next 5 years, says Sri Lanka. Now, here's the thing. We have a pandemic to deal with, like right now. Using public funds to establish Ravana's aviation achievements may be slightly peculiar and off in a government's list of priorities at this point. But then when you're facing an election in 2 weeks from now, you can perhaps justify anything.